Hello everybody, hope they are good. Let's catch up with Bitcoin's price action. If you remember from yesterday's video, we made this projection, okay? That's the yellow lines, okay? And if you remember well, it was based on, let's go into the 4 hour time frame, you're gonna see it better. It was based on that we were in this range for quite some time. Here we saw a deviation, okay? And now we're expecting price to break to the downside, okay? Here you can see that it broke down, then you see here that we had this trend line that I was telling yesterday, that there is always a lot of liquidity below this trend line because it's full of stop losses from people longing at support in the trend line. So price will eventually take that liquidity, okay? So our prediction was based on that. Also, if you notice here, this white line here, that's the range lows. And if we go back into the 1 hour time frame, you can see how yesterday they didn't really come to fill this liquidity pool over here, okay? But they made another attempt to the upside and it got rejected at the range lows, okay? So even tested a resistance. So you have here some opportunities to enter a short, okay? Then another short opportunities here when you lose the trend line and tested a resistance. You can see there quite clearly, okay, how it happens. That could be a nice scalp. Now, we're still expecting Bitcoin to come lower, okay? Because if you've seen the thumbnail that I posted today, I'm gonna go to hard block in a minute, okay? It's showing a lot of liquidity in this zone over here, okay? That's basically between 28,800 and 28,700, okay? So in this zone here, there is a lot of liquidity and we're expecting Bitcoin to come lower. Now, today's Friday, you know what I usually think about the weekends. Don't expect much movement during the weekend because there is not much liquidity. The stock market, forex, they're closed. Institutional traders, they're enjoying their weekends with their families. So don't expect much liquidity, all right? And therefore, not much movement. So the question is, are we gonna see today in the New York session that's gonna start in only a couple of hours? Are we gonna see the move to the downside, or are they gonna, hold in this zone? And maybe we see this target getting hit next week. That's the question that you have to ask yourself. I'm gonna remove this projection because I wanna talk more in detail about today's price action. Here you can see that we are developing a potential W formation. Okay, that's your second drop here, and it would confirm if it can break above the 1 hour 50 MA. So if you see something like this, and during the next session a leg up and then it retraces and we are holding support at the 1 hour 50 MA, then that's the moment that you say, okay, that target of 28,800, 28,700, it probably won't happen today, it'll probably happen next week. Okay, so you have to know the invalidation and what you want to see in the candles in order to take your trades and execute them. Okay, so that's what I think. I'm still favoring lower prices. This one is my target. Okay, but of course, if today we form this W formation and we stay above the 1 hour 50 MA, then time to close the chart and come back next week for that target. Okay, that's what I think. Then if we lose this support over here, okay, if you notice in the chart, there is not much more support. Okay, you have maybe this zone over here, that is the 29,000, but being so close to it, the most likely is that you start to fall, consolidate, continue dropping, and at the end they're gonna reach our target of 28,800. So that's pretty much everything. You have here this support, break this support, and we're gonna see your target getting hit, I think, or form a W formation, get above the 1 hour 50 MA, retrace, hold here, and then this projection gets invalidated for today, and it will probably happen next week. Okay, that's what I see in today's price action. So not very favoring to trade this. Okay, if you are not in a position at the moment, then your chance is to, if you see Bitcoin losing the support, then that could be a quick scalp, okay, towards the zone. Is not much movement, maybe it's 1.5%, I think. Yeah, around 1.5%. So that's only a small scalp. Or if you see Bitcoin forming this W formation and holding above the 1 hour 50 MA, then could you take a long here? I mean, what are you expecting? Okay, you're gonna have probably a resistance here again, right? Here, you're gonna see another resistance. So I don't think that's a zone to make business, okay? At least for me, because you have here too many resistance, okay? You have the 1 hour 50 MA, then you have here this trend line, and you also have the range lows. So not a zone here to look for longs just yet. That's what I think, okay? Of course, no financial advice. You guys do what you think, but you ultimately favoring this zone over here getting hit, okay? Now the question is it gonna get hit today or next week? That's pretty much everything that I think. Now, if you go into the dollar index, I've been warning you for quite some time. The dollar index was looking good, in my opinion, okay? If you notice here, you had, let's go starting the daily time frame, you have this support here, 1, 2, okay? The 3 taps pattern is basically 3 taps to a support or to a resistance, and then a reversal, okay? Usually the third tap comes with a deviation, so that's what I was telling you, that it wouldn't surprise me if we see a deviation below 100, because that would also be quite a psychological play, to fall below 100. If you're in 99, you're in 2 digits, not 3. So then traders are gonna favor shorts, okay, because it's quite psychological. Now you saw that deviation. Now if we go into the 4-hour time frame, we can see here how Bitcoin deviated, tested a support here, then filled this gap here, this white box over there. You can see how it filled it. Hang on, how it retraced it. Okay, pretty much to the dollar. Then you got another retrace, and now it's pumping again. So as long as, in my opinion, the dollar index is above this white line, then I think that we are good, okay? In fact, if you notice here, I even hit pretty much our target. Our target was 100.80, and it went to 101.80, and it went to 101.65. So pretty much done, okay? But anyway, as long as the dollar index is above this white line, then it has room to continue going high, of course. It has room to go to 103, 104, 105, okay? Now, if you lose this white line over there, then it's gonna look good for Bitcoin, because the dollar index, has room to fall. For example, one zone I'm already seeing so quickly there, 97, okay? If you lose this white line, then the dollar index is going to continue going low, and it's going to go to 97. That's when Bitcoin can continue going higher, okay? But seeing how the chart is looking at the moment, that we are above support, I can only favor the idea that the dollar index is looking pretty good to continue going higher, okay? That's what I think. I know, for example, some of you might draw a trend line, maybe, I don't know, something like this. So maybe you're expecting the dollar index to hit the trend line again. That's 102.60. I'm good with that, okay? If that happens, I'm happy, because, that would be a nice pump in the dollar index that we're anticipating. So that's what I think about Bitcoin and the dollar index. I think Bitcoin should go to 28.8, 28.7 either today or the next week. And the dollar index at the moment is looking like we could favor higher prices in the dollar index, okay? Now, if you go into the S&P, I want to have a look, because I didn't have a look for some days. Now, to be honest, it's consolidating here at the highs. Let me go into the 4-hour time frame. It's not looking bearish, to be honest. It's not looking either bearish or bullish, in my opinion, here, okay? Remember that our idea is to look for deviations in these yellow lines, okay? Something like this, okay? Because we have a gap here, this blue box, that's a gap that we think that price should go to, okay? So do have the idea here of the deviation, but for now, it's not confirming a deviation at all. And if it continues going higher, then you have here the next one where you could see a deviation, okay? That's what I think about the S&P. And if we go, for example, and check euro versus the dollar, this should be dumping. Yep. So let's go into the 4-hour time frame. Okay, it's recovering now. I think because that red candle in the dollar index. Yeah, there you go. So because this red candle, then you got here euro recovering some zones over here, okay, to the upside. Now, how much or how low? Actually, I'm pretty sure that some videos ago, when we were talking about the euro versus the dollar pair, I'm pretty sure that this was our target. I don't remember because I removed the drawings, okay? But I'm pretty sure that that was our target here, this liquidity pool over here. And to be honest, yeah, it hit it and then it bounced. What a shame that I missed this trade. I didn't pay much attention to this chart because I was looking at Bitcoin, but that was a nice setup, to be honest. Let's see what it does. Of course, it can retrace more zones to the upside, like these two candles, for example. They are quite large red candles, you know, to me that imbalances in the chart. So why not? Euro might now hit these zones, but to the downside, I don't really see many more targets, okay? We could argue that this liquidity pool could be another target, okay? But why not? Maybe now the euro can continue bouncing a bit, maybe to 111 before dropping low, okay? Something like that. Why not? That would be quite, you know, stopping everybody out, don't you think? Because you have here this retrace, then dumps. You have another very aggressive retrace so far, and then a dump. So that could fit with the narrative, to be honest, okay? That's so far what I think about the euro versus the dollar. Let's have a look now at high block capital for Bitcoin. We're in high block capital, 12 hours time frame. Nothing interesting. I don't see any bright yellow bars, so I'm gonna skip this chart. Let's go to the 7 days time frame. I'm gonna show you the zone that I'm talking about in this video, okay? You got here 28,800, 28,700, a lot of liquidity, okay? That's what we are targeting the area. The more, well, the longer than we consolidate here, or the longer than we range here, the more liquidations that there is going to be in this zone. Why? Because they are continuously trying to induce traders to open longs, okay? So those longs that are opening with high leverage, they're gonna stack also the liquidations in this level, okay? So you can see how that yellow bar gets brighter and brighter and brighter. So at the end, when they push price lower, they're gonna hit more liquidations than they had previously. So it's going to be more efficient, okay? That's what I think. I think that we're gonna see soon 28,800 or 28,700 getting hit soon, probably both of them, to be honest, because when you come here to this drop, while you are dropping here, there are gonna be also a few longs opening, okay? And 28,700 should be increasing the liquidity, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that that's what I'm looking for today and next week. But looking at the chart, I'm not sure, to be honest. This is a personal opinion, not based on much, okay? Just maybe a bit of instinct. I have the feeling that today we might see quite a boring session. That's what I think, okay? I think that they're not gonna come to this zone today. But again, be ready just in case they attack this zone. But I think they're gonna leave it for next week if I had to bet, okay? So that's pretty much everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.